It is, Russ. That would be Naomi Osaka here at the Rocket Tennis Channel desk, who got her match done today against Janina Wickmeyer. Congratulations on the win. Interesting scoreline. You had a 6-love there at the beginning. You had a 6-1 there at the end. And in the middle, you had a sandwich of a 6-7 set that you lost. What didn't happen in that middle set that happened a lot in those other sets?
Yeah, I just think in the second set I got really nervous and emotional. I just started thinking about winning too much and not exactly doing the things that I was supposed to do.
Well, you're walking onto court now as the world #1 in your matches. What does that feel like for you?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I try not to think about it too much because it still sounds really odd when they announce it. So yeah, I just try to think about, I don't know, playing my matches.
Is it what you expected, being #1?
In a way, yes, but not really. I don't know how to describe it.
Well, does it feel good, or does it feel like pressure weighing on your shoulders when they say world #1 Naomi Osaka and the crowd goes wild? Do you like it, or do you go, oh no, that means I'm supposed to win every match that I play?
I mean, the first tournament I played in Dubai, I thought that way. But now I'm just sort of relaxed, and I just want to play well. I think that's my #1 goal.
So U.S. Open was Grand Slam #1, which is obviously very special, but it had a bit of an unusual ending. We'll just leave it at that for now. Australia was Grand Slam #2. It had a much more conventional ending. Those of us on the outside of your world would be tempted to think that #2 had a little more joy for you. Are we assuming that right, or is that maybe not the case? How did you view it?
No, I mean, for me, I think the U.S. Open was maybe more joyful.
It was more, even with the weird ending with Serena and the whole craziness.
No, but that's my biggest dream, was to play Serena in a Grand Slam final. And for that to be the first one, I wouldn't wish it any other way. And I was happy.
I imagine you were.
Well, in the match today, you had an incredible 18 break points. You converted on 6 of them. Seems like you're a little tough on yourself out there at times, though. What were you most pleased about in terms of your tennis?
Yeah, I think maybe my serve today. I feel like it did go down a little bit in the second set, of course, but I think it picked back up in the third set, so that's the most consistent part of it.
So you were first on today. You were on Stadium at the exact same time that your compatriot Kei Nishikori was on Grandstand. And that must have created quite a conundrum for the Japanese media on how to divide themselves and cover the both of you. Who's a bigger deal in Japan right now, you or Kei?
I want to say Kei is always a bigger deal.
I don't know. Yeah, but you've got a couple of slams. Kei doesn't have that.
But yeah, I don't know. He's like the big guy. I don't know. Like for tennis, Japanese tennis, I feel like it's Kei for sure.
You don't think you're the big guy now?
No.
Really?
No, he's always like on commercials and stuff if you turn on the TV.
I'm noticing on your jacket there are a couple of patches that I don't imagine got there for free, Naomi.
Well, I would say you're a pretty big deal, but you're the baby in the family, right? So do you feel like you're a bit spoiled? So I've not been the baby. I'm the middle child. I have a little bit of a syndrome. But for you, as the baby in your family, you have an older sister, your parents travel with you when they can. Do you feel like that's played a little bit of a part, that you want it all?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I wouldn't call it spoiled. I do think that my parents were more relaxed on me than my sister. And I was sort of left to my own in a way, so I could like explore more than she could. But I don't know, like my sister would definitely say
She would say that,
spoiled,
probably
yeah.
so.
Last thing before we let you go, you've got Shea Sue in the next round, who a lot of power players don't love dealing with all the variety that she has in the slice. And does that trouble you, or are you looking forward to a matchup like that?
Well, I mean, I've played her in the Australian Open, and for me, that was one of the toughest matches I had there.
Yeah.
So my next goal is just to try to do better than I did back then.
It's a great policy. Naomi, thank you for coming up, and congratulations on the win and for wearing #1 rather well.